Good night, everyone. I have a question that I'd like to pose to everyone that's joining tonight. Do you think closure is necessary when a situation ends? A relationship, a situationship. Do you think closure is necessary? Do you need closure? Okay. I got one answer, definitely. Why? Why you think closure is necessary? I want to talk about it a little bit, and I want to give my take on it, but I'd like to see some more response. Do you think closure is necessary? And why? Okay. Just have to know what something finished like. I need to know just in between. That's a very valid point. I like that. Okay, anyone else? Why do you think closure is necessary? Why is it important to you that you need closure? Okay, all right. Thank you for responding to that question. So, here is my take on it. This is actually the title of one of my podcast episodes. You don't need closure. And before you respond, let me get through it. And it's okay to disagree. It's okay to agree, but let's get into it and see. And this is something I had to learn the hard way. Because for a long time, I believed that to move on, I need answers. Why not? I need explanations. I need clarity. I need to understand why things happened the way they did. Why did this person treat me the way they did? Why did something end the way it did? Why things didn't work out? I had high hopes, so why did it not work? And I thought that once I got the answers, then I would feel better. Then I would have peace. But the truth is, closure doesn't always come the way you expect it to. Sometimes you don't get the explanation. Sometimes you don't get the apology. Sometimes you don't even get the clarity. And that can be frustrating because you're left with more questions. You're left replaying things in your mind, trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. But what I've learned is this. Waiting for closure can keep you stuck. And in that waiting, you're holding on to the situation, holding on to the person, holding on to the hurt. And that makes it harder to move forward. At some point, I had to realize that closure was not something I was going to receive. It was something I had to create for myself. And that was not easy. Because it meant accepting things without fully understanding. It meant letting go without all the answers. It meant choosing peace over needing an explanation. And that's hard. Because we want things to make sense. But not everything will. Some people will never explain themselves. And some situation will never fully make sense. And that's where you must decide. Do I stay here waiting for closure? Or do I move forward without it? And for me, choosing to move forward changed everything. because I stopped giving my power to something outside of me. I stopped waiting for someone else to give me peace, and I started giving myself that. From realizing I may not understand this, but I'm choosing to let it go. I may not get the answers, but I'm choosing peace. I may not get closure from them, but I can give it to myself. And that is powerful because it allows you to move forward. It allows you to release what no longer serves you. It allows you to stop carrying things that was never meant to stay with you. So if you're in a place right now where you're waiting for closure, waiting for answers, waiting for clarity, I want you to hear this. You don't need closure to move on. You just need to decide that you deserve peace. And once you make that decision, everything begins to shift. I have a small example. There was a time I had a situation and I wanted it to work. I was invested. I gave time, patience, love. I play every role that a woman would play. The understanding person, the go-to person, the loving, the comforting, the showing up, the shoulder to cry on, the late night conversation, trying to fix every problem, trying to fix every situation. And then it got to a point where things changed and I didn't know why. And I was mad, really mad, because all I could think, I waste my time. Why didn't you tell me? Let me choose. Let me decide if I want to waste my time with you or this situation or for whatever it was. So I was mad for a while. But after everything played out, I stopped asking questions. I remember one day I got so mad, I said, I need answers. I need to know why you didn't tell me this. I need to know why this happened. I need to know this and I need to know that. And then I stopped for a second and I think, if I get all the answers to these questions, would it change anything? Would it stop the hurt? Would I feel better about the situation? It wouldn't hurt any less. And then I had to realize, if I find out the truth and it doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to be twice as mad. Because it's not going to make sense why I had to be the one who got hurt. It's never going to make sense to me why someone would hurt me. Why someone would hurt someone who cares so much, who do so much, who show up, who always say yes, even when you're tired and you just don't want to deal with it. You say yes. So how could you hurt someone like that? How could you? And then I don't want no explanation. They're like, wait, what? No, I don't want the explanation because I'm going to be mad anyway. So let me move on in peace. Let me find myself again. Let me find the time to pick up the pieces and heal myself instead of waiting around for an explanation for a situation that never makes sense, will never make sense, will never change how I feel. I'm already hurt. I'm already disappointed. So why? Why do I need closure? So now I'm going to pose a question again. And I want all of you, or as much as you can, do you really need closure when a situation ends? Is it that important? Would you feel better? Would it change anything? Sometimes I felt like you were silent when I needed you loud. Let me know, viewers. I felt punished for loving
for trusting. Tired of being the strong one. But even when I was angry, I still prayed. Even when I was numb, I still believed.
And again, just think about it for a second. If that situation that whether you walk away from it or you walk away from you, do you think you need to know why? And if you do, is it going to change anything? Or hypothetically thinking, what if you ask such person and the answers that you get is not what you expect? Or the answers that you get make you feel less of a person, make you feel like you weren't good enough? What would be your response then? So again, for all the persons that are just joining, we're talking about closure in a situation or a relationship that ended. Do you think you need closure? And while you think about it, if you do get the answers that you seek and the clarity, would it change the heart? Would it make you feel better? Would it change anything? Guys, still waiting on the answers. Do you think closure is that important? Do you need closure? Is it necessary? Would it change anything? Little things started hitting different. A tone, a pause, you moving distant. And I'm sitting there like, what just changed? And again, for all the persons that just joining, I did went over a few things based on my thought about closure and what it meant to me. And I would love to read it again. So again, I'll pose a question. Do you think closure is necessary, and why? Would it change anything? Would it make you feel any better? Or would it cause you to hurt even more? Or would you be mad even more? I know I would. Because if it doesn't make sense to me, why? Because I still want to know why you did it. Or why you had to do it. What did I do for you to want to hurt me? So, which one of my viewers tonight is going to get into this conversation with me and tell me why you think closure is important and necessary? And what would it change for you based on whatever situation you had to deal with, whether the situation stayed, whether you walked away because it was too much, or did the person walk away from you? Did you have to choose yourself? Did you have to choose peace? Did you have to let it go? Are you still waiting for closure? Are you still waiting for clarity? Do you still have questions? Why did this person did what they did? Why did they hurt you? Were you not good enough? These are questions. And it's only fair to say that we would ask these questions. Especially when you're the type of person that shows up for everyone, love on people, support people. These are valid questions. But is it necessary? Is it important? And even if you don't answer tonight, take a moment to reflect. For where you are now, where you used to be, and even if you're going through it right now, just take a moment and reflect on it. What does closure mean to me? Am I holding back myself? Am I holding on to the person? Am I holding on to the hurt? Because I'm waiting for closure. I'm waiting for clarity. I'm waiting for explanation. Are you going to create that closure for yourself? Are you going to accept that it is what it is and find ways to move on in a healthy way? Because some people never apologize for their actions. And they'll never give you the clarity you need. And they'll never give you an explanation. And the longer you sit around and wait for that, is the more frustrating and confusing it's going to be. And then there you realize this person really don't care. Are you going to keep waiting? Are you going to get mad? Are you going to stay stuck in that situation? Are you going to keep recycling? Are you going to find positive and meaningful ways to move forward? Choosing yourself, choosing your peace, choosing you, and move forward without explanation, without clarity. Find strength within you and let things go. So that's my 2 cents for tonight. I don't believe that closure is important. I feel like it's holding you back. I feel like it keeps you stuck. To all my viewers that joined tonight, thank you so much for your time. Continue to reflect. If you like what you heard, you can always send me your feedback or comments. And I look forward to seeing all of you again on my next live to go over my next podcast episode. And again, my podcast is called The Woman I Had to Become. It's on Spotify. And there's 2 episodes currently available. Every Sunday there's a new episode. And this topic is going to be one of the episodes. Thank you again and have a wonderful night.